Fellas, you ever thought about this? Like, do you want to be a better man at 35 than say you are at 25? Do you actually say, hey, I want to be better today than I was yesterday? If so, you got to actually take some real steps to do that. So are you doing that? Really? Because if you think about it, you really want to be a good man really at every age. Because as we know, if you're 25 years old, there's some stuff that's expected of you. But when you get 35 and 45 years old and 50 years old, yeah, we expect you to be on a different level than you were at 25. So what are you actually doing to make sure that you actually get there? The first way to really do it is to strive to be a good man at every age. And the sooner you start to do that, the sooner you'll be in the top 10% of all men. And that's really because most men really are only looking to maintain. You're looking to be like, oh, I just want to have some fun and still do some stuff. I want to just get this done so I can go play and do other stuff. But if you're actually trying to get better in every part of your life, I'm telling you guys, you're going to be the top man everywhere you go. That's firstly because most men are really not seeking excellence. They're not seeking to be excellent in their job. They're not seeking excellence in everything they do. They're not even seeking excellence as a person. You're a legacy gentleman. You are trying to build the values, skills, and works that'll be admired and desired 1,000 years from now. That's what we're doing here. So I'm going to review kind of what your plan is and should be. And I'm going to talk about some stuff and hopefully it'll help you think about it. So let's get at it. I've talked about earlier that there are really 3 components from developing from a boy to a man. The first thing is you have to develop a mindset. And I got a video on that. The next thing I talked about is that there are actually actions that are associated with being a man. And the third one, which is what this video is about, is the plans you have to be a man. So I'm going to start first and foremost is that you need to chase your dreams. You need to have a plan to chase your dreams, but you need to actually take those dreams and make them goals. See, that's really the difference. See, we get into life and things happen and we're like, oh, I'm only capable of doing this. I'm only capable of doing this. And I'm only capable of doing this. But that does not need to be you. You need to figure out that those dreams can actually be accomplished if you turn them into goals. So you need to add your dreams to a timeline and make them goals. See, if you take your short-term goals, your medium-term goals, and your long-term goals, and you throw your dreams in there, you can take steps that'll actually get you there. And at some point, your dream will be your medium-term goal, and your long-term goal will be that step after you actually accomplish that dream. So, gentlemen, turn your dreams into goals. That'll help you improve the quality of your life, and it'll make you much, much happier. In line with making your dreams your goals, you have to develop, at some point, a producer mindset. See, look, this is what top tier men actually learn. We understand that there are producers and then there's consumers. And if you want to be at the top, you're going to have to transition from being a consumer, which is kind of a normal thing, especially, to an actual producer. Think about whatever job you're in now, whether you have a job that's physical labor or you're an office job. You probably notice that you're spending not those whole 8 or 9 hours a day actually producing. You're probably just wasting time. But if you actually start producing on your job and take that producer mindset and take it to your off time and start producing for yourself, you will know that you can produce well before you die and you'll be on your own time. See, some people think that, hey, I'm gonna just work and then retire. And then when they're retiring, that's like, oh, that's the time for me to relax. But if you actually get this producing bug in you, you'll never want to retire because you're doing what you love. You see those results of what you love because you are a producer. See, gentlemen, you have got to cut the crap out of your life. Start being productive, start producing, and then start producing for you so you can actually reach those dreams that are now your goals. Gentlemen, the next thing you need to do, you need to have a plan to stop caring about what people think. I would say you shouldn't give a uck about what people think. And here's why. Whether it's good or bad, what people actually think of you shouldn't be your concern. It has no effect on what actually matters, which is what you produce. Because if you're good, people are going to hate you. So what you really should be more concerned about is your reputation, specifically your reputation in business. But see, your reputation, that is your record of production. If you have, 90% of your clients or your customers think that they like what you're producing, then who cares about those 10% who actually don't like you? Because it might not be that your personality fits. It might be they're just not a good match for what you're producing. But if you have it the other way around, that there's actually 90% that don't like your reputation, then that's something you might need to consider. But in general, guys, especially in your personal life, you shouldn't really care what people think. You should know what your purpose is. You should know what your value is based on God and God's calling in your life. And then when you do that, no need to listen to anybody else. In fact, man, develop it so that you're only listening to someone who has godly based corrections of you. And those people need to be willing to do it one-on-one in person in front of you. Also, men, you need to develop yourself where you can trust your instinct. Now look, I'm not talking about trusting your feelings. I'm talking about trusting your instincts as feelings. And that's really something that's based on pattern recognition, not just the touchy-feely stuff. When push comes to shove, in a lot of ways, we're still animals. And you have this gut feeling, like say if you're walking down a street all by yourself, like it just don't feel right here. Those are your gut feelings, those are your instincts. And when you can develop those in dangerous situations, when you're meeting people and dealing with people, and when you actually start to live and experience stuff, that is something that'll benefit you. So men, develop your instinct and then learn to listen to it. Develop a backbone. That means if you see something that you know is not right and you don't like, you need to stand up for it. And the easy example is like bullying, or for me, sexual harassment of a woman in a workplace. See, guys, there's a lot of people who just see stuff happening and they go along to get along. That needs to not be you. That is part of being a man of integrity. If you have a backbone, you can stand up when you see something that's not right. You can stand up when you think something can be done better and you're willing to tell your boss about it. So men, develop a backbone. Along the same line, men, protect your woman. I'm not talking about trying to save her or put her on a pedestal, but that's part of being a man. We are protectors. We protect women, specifically our women and women under our charge. When you start dating a woman, when you start vetting her to be your wife, you need to make sure that your protection of her is something that's very important to you. See, look, there's a lot of guys who will look at you and say, I'm gonna try and test her. I'm gonna try and be with, I see this guy who I think I'm better than, or even if they know they ain't better than you, they just drunk, they're gonna try and test you if you're with a gorgeous woman. Gentlemen, you need to be willing and able to protect your woman. Protect her with words, protect her with your body, protect her. Because guys, that is really a man's role. That is why women are attracted to guys with muscles, and why we are attracted to women usually without muscles. Her muscles are a signal to her of your strength and your ability to protect her. Think about this, like, I don't know, would James Bond, all dappered up in his tuxedo, letting somebody harass a woman he's with, even if they're only casually dating? That ain't something that would happen. In fact, my guy, Denzel Washington, I'm pretty sure he would not let somebody harass his wife of all those years he's had. Even the man, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You think he gonna let somebody harass the woman he with? I don't either. So, men, be a protector of women. Don't let somebody disrespect the woman you're with. Next, don't let people mess with you. But look, I'm a sailor, and I know sometimes the way guys we play with each other and joke with each other is kind of messing with us. But you know, as men, we understand where the line is. We understand doing this is kind of a joke and harassing a guy, but I go here and I'm gonna get swung on. And you need to make sure that you have it 100% clear in people's mind that when they cross that line with you, you're not gonna stand for it. Don't let people mess with you. And you know what? Along that same line, men, you need to learn how to fight and you need to learn how to shoot. You know what? I actually think that'd be a good topic for a video. So be on the lookout for it. But look, I don't propose looking for fights. I don't even propose going starting fights. But you need to know how to fight and develop that purposefully. Because at some point, yes, as an adult, it's actually going to happen where it might be necessary for you to fight. And in fact, you want to be able to do it with confidence. You want to be able to fight your way out of a hostile situation if it ever happens. So men, get training in boxing. Get training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is what I like, or Muay Thai, or wrestling, or anything else. You can put it all together and just do mixed martial arts. But knowing how to defend yourself is essential. And for me, I take it to the next level because, hey, I will fight any 3 or 4 guys. But at some point, I'm getting a little older, and you know what? That ain't the best move for me. So me, I like to have my prime backup as, you know, Mr. Sig, Mr. Smith & Wesson, or Sir Glock. That's always a good backup, and you need to learn how to use those tools while you still can.